It's the 10th of July and we've just spent a peaceful night here by the A146 next to Beccles.
It's time for some breakfast.
Oh yeah, better weather than yesterday.
Let's hope it stays dry.
Today is going to be a flop day. We're going to find somewhere to park, take it easy and get a few chores done.
This is Galston on Sea and we're in a free car park we found on Parkopedia.
Nice here, isn't it? So it's so much nicer with a bit of sun, isn't it?
It is.
It's a bit worrying when you're parked next to a spot they use for driver training. I had a bit of a problem with the van last night when we pulled up to park. This little collar here, normally there's some sort of spring that keeps it down and that seems to have failed. It's not going to stop the trip, but we're going to have to get it looked at when we get back home. Don't worry, I'm setting off the alarms deliberately as I need this for a clip for the next part of the review of the NV200. So we're charging up all the drone batteries today. As you can see, we just use a little 500 watt inverter whenever we need mains power. And that seems to work fine for us. With the van pointed towards the sun and the roof up, solar panels are at a perfect angle to give us maximum charge.
It's nice to see the ice cream vans back in action. A quick glance in the hut.
Because I'm a trained observer. It was fusilli pasta they were having. It looked delish.
We're coming to Gorleston for two reasons. One, we've been watching some YouTube videos called Walk With Me by a guy called Tim. Back, it's a yacht pond.
Yeah.
And the second reason is it's a location featured in a film called Yesterday.
Thank you, Gorleston!
It's a shame I can't play the real sound, but if I do, I'll get a YouTube strike. Crab lines are out. That's quite a rainstorm over there. There's some shelter near here, so we're going to sit on the bench and watch this storm just in case it strikes. This beautiful building is the Galston Theatre, built in 1898.
We'll be making use of this Chinese takeaway later on tonight.
We got back just in time for our cup of tea. We've made it to Great Yarmouth. This statue is a memorial to Nelson. This is the seafront at Great Yarmouth. It's fairly quiet, and little did we know that actually we're here on the evening just before they reopen all the attractions. Normally be much busier than this, wouldn't it?
On a July evening, yes. Yeah. But it's not that warm.
No.
The building up ahead is a cinema, and Ken took my photo here in 1981.
Okay, well, we'll sit here for a little while, will we? And then we'll
Admire the view.
admire the view and then find somewhere to sleep tonight.
They're quite rough, aren't they?
Yeah. Chinese takeaway is always so much nicer in the van, isn't it? Because you eat it immediately. I spotted this heron fishing out of the corner of my eye as we sat looking out to sea. He never did get a fish, and in the end he just walked off.
As the sun was setting, we drove through the marshes, looking for somewhere to stay.
On the left hand side we're passing Horsey Windmill. Finding a park up is just a case of going down all the small little roads, exploring until you find somewhere that you like the look of. Here we're at Winterton Dunes.
Well, that one didn't pan out, so we moved on to a place called Horsey Gap. But we didn't get a very good feeling here, so decided to give it a miss.
The next place we tried was called Sea Palling, and we found a car park down this road on the right hand side, where eventually we decided to spend the night. The noise you can hear is not the car, it's a tractor pulling a boat in the distance. We were unsure of this place. We didn't really know if we were allowed to park here. Things seemed peaceful enough, and so we finally set up camp and went to bed. But about 11 o'clock that night, the yobs turned up, and there was quite a bit of noise around the van. The noise persisted for a while, and in the end I lowered the roof and prepared to drive on. But then, 5 minutes after doing that, they all moved off and we had a peaceful night. That's all we have for you for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like and help the channel grow. We'll catch you next time for more adventures in the Little Red Camper.